not want any part of the Diddy allegations, and it looks like he's willing to sacrifice just about anything to not be linked to Diddy. Jay-Z's world was turned upside down the moment accusations surfaced, linking him to an alleged case of a girl from decades ago.
When Jay-Z was accused of allegedly a 13-year-old girl back in 2000.
So there seems to be a little bit more to this case.
What's more, he was named in the same breath as none other than Sean Diddy Combs.
Jay-Z, who's girl after the Video Music Awards alongside Sean Diddy Combs.
She alleges she was 13 years old when the rapper and Sean Diddy Combs her.
Currently behind bars amid his own barrage of legal talk and allegations. Although Jay-Z has fervently denied all wrongdoing, public opinion and social media seem to have swayed against him. Making matters even more dramatic, rumors are flying that Jay-Z is willing to do absolutely everything, yes, even tossing his old pal Diddy to the wolves, to save himself from potential jail time.
Hey Jess, hey FTD News fans, Cerise here. Jay-Z, what's going on with this guy? Listen, I've been watching him ever since he, day one, stepped on the scene. Him and Diddy and all of them. I love my music, I love my rap, I love my hip hop. Tupac was my favorite back in the day. But I will say this, Jay-Z took over the industry. And he didn't do it with just handing out lollipops and candy. He did it cutting heads and getting straight with people. Cutthroat is what they call it in the entertainment industry. Now, I will say this as well. When you do that, it comes back to you. What goes around comes around. You gotta be careful what you put out to the universe, because the universe has a way of bringing it back. You put out good, you get good back. You put out bad, and guess what happens? The bad may be more devastating than what you put out. So he may be right now just thinking, oh my gosh, Diddy's gonna go down because Diddy did it. Well, guess what, Jay-Z? You did it too. So he is going to risk it all. He 100% will risk it all in order to be disconnected from Diddy for many reasons. One, he has blue ivy. He doesn't want his daughter looking at him. She's the age now, pretty much 1 year away from the allegations that he's being accused of right now. With a 13-year-old? Wow. And you know, she is hearing it because you know she's not secluded. She probably has a cell phone. She probably can go online. I mean, gosh, she just did Mufasa movie. So she's out there. She's around people. And for her to hear these allegations must be quite heart-wrenching. And that's one of the reasons why Jay-Z would not want to be included in the whole Diddy disaster. Another reason is because Beyonce, even though she knows her dirty deeds that her husband has done, she doesn't want to be included in any of it. I believe that she is a workhorse. She is an animal when it comes to the industry, and she does not want to get off her stage, off her high horse. She wants to keep on going, just like that Cowboy album she just brought out. She wants to be the top-notch queen bee. She does not want to be included in any of that controversy. And if she is not included in any of it, if she hasn't done anything that will make us raise our eyebrows and, you know, dot our I's and cross our T's and cancel her, then of course she's going to want to get away from Jay-Z. Now, here's something that I've been thinking. Even if they do get divorced, are they really getting divorced? Because she may know a lot of dirty deeds. She may be involved in a lot of dirty deeds herself, but it could be that they're getting the divorce. And I'm only thinking this. They could be getting the divorce because if he goes down, a lot of their empire, a lot of their billions will be siphoned. And she doesn't want to have anything to do with that. So get a quickie divorce right now, give everything to her, and then he's left with nothing on paper. That's another reason. And of course, the third reason, I think, is because of his fans. I do believe that Jay-Z loves his fans, and I do believe that it does make him feel like he is credible in the world. When people love his music, they love his lyrics, and I do believe it gives him purpose. And when you have your fans turning against you, the people who lifted you up on a pedestal for mainly all of your life, it must feel like one of the worst things ever. It probably already feels like he is in a prison of pain. So let's see how much more he's going to sacrifice, because I don't see him anytime soon settling outside of court for any civil suit. He's like, I'm not going to do what Diddy did. Diddy filed with Cassie, and that is like admitting guilt. So he won't. And he will go, I believe, all the way to court, go all the way to the end to see what a jury will say and if a jury will give him a chance. Side note, I don't think Diddy's ever getting out of prison. What do you guys think?
With the lawsuits stacking up, Jay-Z is in full-blown damage control mode. According to Rolling Stone, he has gone as far as suing Tony Buzbee, lawyer for the accuser, for defamation and extortion. He's also demanding sanctions against Buzbee.
Jay-Z also attacked the attorney Tony Buzbee behind the lawsuit,
claiming there's glaring red flags in the lawsuit. Clearly, Jay-Z is bent on clearing his name no matter what it takes. Insiders close to Jay-Z are now telling Daily Mail that his loyalty to Diddy went out the window long ago. If sacrificing Diddy helps Jay-Z to avoid prison or any penalties, so be it. The revelation that the two men, once seemingly cordial if not close, are now on complete separate paths only ratchets up the drama. Fans on social media are stunned after all. These two iconic figures in hip-hop have occasionally joined forces in the past, even if they weren't exactly best friends. Now Jay-Z is apparently more concerned with self-preservation than any sense of hip-hop camaraderie. While Jay-Z deals with his own looming lawsuit, Diddy faces serious allegations behind bars for a host of reasons, including claims of misconduct. Rumors have swirled for years about Diddy's strange behavior, but recent developments, including a leaked video allegedly showing him being very unbecoming towards his ex-girlfriend Cassie, seem to have tipped the scales.
Sean Diddy combs his then-girlfriend, musician Cassie.
According to a Daily Mail insider, Jay-Z saw that footage and was horrified. The source claimed that Jay-Z was appalled by the Cassie video, which is why he is adamant that he and Diddy weren't friends, as he didn't even really know what he was capable of. The video was a deciding factor for Jay when announcing that he and Diddy weren't close. If that is to be believed, Jay-Z not only wants to distance himself from the allegations swirling around his own case, but also from any suspicion that he and Diddy have been in cahoots for years. The fact that both Jay-Z and Diddy are being named in a Jane Doe lawsuit linking them to charges has added another layer of scandal. Diddy, behind bars and busy fighting his own ocean of stuff to worry about, apparently feels that if Jay-Z manages to outwit the system or get the suit dismissed, it could create a helpful precedent for him. In other words, a Jay-Z legal victory might offer a new angle for Diddy's defense team. Some folks interpret this as Diddy's effectively rooting for Jay-Z to succeed. Yet the rumor mill suggests Jay-Z doesn't exactly care whether Diddy benefits from his sneaky maneuvering. A separate insider claims Jay-Z has become a laser focused on escaping liability by any means necessary. Since Jay-Z and Diddy both appear in the same lawsuit, any cracks in the case that help one might indirectly help the other. But if push comes to shove, Jay-Z will apparently not hesitate to heap blame on Diddy, implying that any wrongdoing is on Diddy alone. Were Jay-Z and Diddy truly friends to begin with? That's a question fans have debated for years. They certainly collaborated on many projects, showed up at industry events together, occasionally gave each other public shoutouts, they hug in pictures, they seemed very close. However, sources are now pointing a very different picture. A distance, arm's length relationship that hinged more on business dealings and the occasional professional courtesy. Some fans are joking that they've always suspected there was bad blood between these two. Others think it's a typical scenario in the entertainment industry where alliances shift as soon as something arises. There's also talk that the pair might have maintained a rivalry beneath the surface, especially considering they're both major power players with a hand in everything from music production to fashion and drink brands. Cassie Ventura, Diddy's former partner, has come forward in the past with accusations of mistreatment by the music mogul. A leaked video allegedly captured some haunting stuff, which outraged fans and apparently Jay-Z too. The footage appears to be a significant reason Jay-Z distanced himself from Diddy. Ever since Cassie's allegations went public, Diddy's reputation has been in a tailspin. And with him now incarcerated, the situation has gone from bad to worse. People can't help but wonder, did Jay-Z see the writing on the wall? Did he take one look at Cassie tapes and realize that aligning himself with Diddy was a ticking clock? If that's the case, it's hardly surprising that Jay-Z is now openly declaring that they were never that close. Meanwhile, Diddy's camp has denied any wrongdoing, claiming he's innocent of all charges. Social media has been ablaze with theories, memes, and a good dose of cynicism. Many people say Jay-Z's attempts to distance himself from Diddy come across as convenient. Why now? And why not years ago when rumors about Diddy's behavior were already circulating? Some critics argue that Jay-Z is only taking a moral stance because his own situation has forced him to choose a scapegoat. Others point out that both men are named in the same lawsuit, so disavowing Diddy might be less about moral outrage and more about a strategic move in court. At the core of this whole thing is a lawsuit brought by an anonymous Jane Doe. It alleges that both Jay-Z and Diddy partook in unacceptable behavior decades ago, though specifics have not been publicly disclosed. Diddy's attorneys are occupied with their own mountain of defenses, including previous fiasco around his alleged behavior of Cassie and other undisclosed claims that have piled up over the last several months. Some of Diddy's fans, or whatever fans he might have left, are clinging to the hope that Jay-Z's success could create a ripple effect. If Jay-Z proves the lawsuit is baseless or incorrectly filed, Diddy might argue the same. But as sources suggest, Jay-Z is more than happy to let Diddy fend for himself. The idea that Jay-Z, one of the most commercially successful and critically acclaimed rappers in history, might face prison time over allegations as serious as this has sent alarms blaring through the industry. The scandal prompts broader questions. How many more hidden stories are out there? Will other high-profile celebrities distance themselves from Jay-Z? How will these legal issues affect Jay-Z's massive business ventures? For the moment, Jay-Z is hyper-focused on getting his name cleared. And that apparently includes downplaying any ties to Diddy. Given the social media frenzy, there's little chance of sweeping things under the rug. But if Jay-Z does manage to have a lawsuit dismissed, critics are likely to keep digging, especially since Diddy's situation remains unsolved. Then there's a chance that fresh evidence and new accusers could come forward, adding yet another twist. Diddy, for the most part, is claiming that he is completely innocent, which we know isn't true. If Jay-Z manages to dodge legal repercussions, some expect the two rappers might end up in court on opposing sides, with Diddy claiming Jay-Z threw him under the bus. Big celebrity downfalls that no one saw coming. Blake Lively's downfall started when Justin Baldoni started a massive smear campaign against her. Blake Lively made headlines across the globe when she alleged in legal paperwork that her It Ends With Us co-star Justin Baldoni did things to her throughout the making of the movie and then went on to engineer a smear campaign against her. Since the filing, the fallout for Justin has seen the actor, who also directed in the film adaptation of Colleen Hoover's book, dropped by WME talent agency, parted ways with his podcast partner, and seen his Voices of Solidarity award rescinded by the Vital Voices organization. Insiders have revealed to DailyMail.com that the actor may need to prepare for further legal action from Blake as she seeks justice over the alleged multi-tiered plan to ruin her reputation. A source close to Blake exclusively explained that there are more lawsuits to come, saying that this is just the tip of the iceberg. So apparently, according to Blake's lawsuit, Justin did some pretty messed up stuff. I can't really repeat what happened here, but he was apparently showing photos and videos of personal stuff. He was asking her personal questions about her and Ryan Reynolds. This is just the beginning of the things he was accused of. Of course, he's denying everything, but we won't really know until court takes place. Before this, everyone was coming after Blake, and apparently it was because of this smear campaign. Blake experienced the biggest reputational hit of her career. She was branded tone deaf, hard to work with, many other things that I can't repeat here, and sales of her new hair care line plummeted. If what Justin is being accused of is true, I really hope he goes down hard. So we all know what happened with P. Diddy when it comes to celebrity downfalls. I feel like this one is probably the most spectacular in all of history. Rumors of P. Diddy's shadiness has been circulating for years, but all of it started to come to light when his ex Cassie Ventura came out with a lawsuit against him because Cassie had the bravery to come forward. It also gave courage to so many other people that Diddy did dirty. Now he's in a jail that many people say is one of the hardest in the States, hopefully for the rest of his days. He is a living joke at this moment, with over 1,000 bottles of baby oil found at his place and video proof of everything he did. JLo and Ben Affleck, they called it quits in August 2024, ending their much-hyped reunion and marriage. JLo even asked to change her name back to Jennifer Lynn Lopez in the divorce papers, showing that she's done with the whole Ben Affleck thing. The big oops? They didn't sign a prenup before their 2022 wedding, so all the money they made during their 2-year marriage is up for grabs and will be split 50-50 under California law. This is JLo's 4th failed marriage and Ben's 2nd. JLo, a total powerhouse with a reported net worth of $400 million, did not slow down during their marriage. She released 4 films, including one she paid for herself. She even launched a cocktail line. She did, however, cancel a world tour to focus on family, a decision that probably raised some eyebrows. With no prenup and a ton of money involved, this divorce is going to be messy. The media and fans will definitely be watching closely as 2 major stars battle it out in what's sure to be a dramatic Hollywood split. Oscar winner Ben, who has a reported net worth of $150 million, has recently starred in the films Air and Hypnotic. He also recently wrapped production on a sequel to 2016's The Accountant. To further complicate things, the former couple worked on the upcoming film Unstoppable. JLo is not seeking spousal support, and she asked the judge to also deny it for Ben. JLo shares twins Max and Emmy with her ex-husband Mark Anthony, while Ben shares 3 children with his ex-wife Jennifer Garner, Violet, Serafina, and Samuel. But the way they spend their time with the kids divided them, it was claimed. The divorce filing came exactly 2 years after the couple's extravagant second wedding in Georgia, which apparently JLo did to make a statement. They were just 2 different people who couldn't make it work due to incompatibility. But what's even more embarrassing for JLo is that there are rumors that Ben is trying hard to win his ex Jennifer Garner back, and that it was always something JLo spoke about. Jennifer Garner is such a good woman. It would be really messy if she decided to take Ben back, but hopefully she's smarter than that. Meghan Markle, who married Prince Harry in 2018, made quite the impression when she joined the royal family and quickly gained a lot of loyal supporters. But her one early mistake led to her downfall. The Duchess of Sussex's one decision in 2019 didn't go down well with many, according to an expert. Meghan's visit to working ladies and messages on bananas for them, which included notes such as "Be strong" and "You are loved," were branded offensive by some royal commentator. Liz Jones has now slammed the move as tone deaf. It was bananagate when Meghan, still working royal, visited them in Bristol, scrawling positive mantras on fruit, she said. She, in talks with the Daily Mail, added, "Was she signing her autograph? These women are not loved. They are not special." The expert continued, "I'd have more admiration if, when she's finished doing up that cottage in Windsor, she were to open its doors as a refugee instead. That would show these women that they are loved. That would prove that they're special." Meghan reportedly made the decision to write the kind messages when she met with someone at a charity helping working ladies get off the streets. As the food bags were being prepared, the Duchess said, "Oh, actually, do you have a Sharpie marker? I have an idea. I saw this project this woman had started somewhere in the States on a school lunch program." On each of the bananas, she wrote an affirmation to make the kids feel really, empowered. It was the most incredible idea, this small gesture. However, one worker slammed the idea as really dumb. Speaking to The Sun at the time, she said, "People out here struggle to eat and sleep, and she gifts us some words on a piece of fruit. She has all the means to help us more than that. It's weird, you know?" So my personal opinion, I disagree. A small gesture of kindness is better than none at all. Also, maybe she didn't want to open her home to random strangers. And I'm sure these people complaining haven't done the charity that Meghan has. Some royal commentators have urged Meghan and Harry to avoid messing with the royal family in order to thrive and be successful. When it comes to Meghan and Harry, yes, they get a lot of flack in the media, but I also think it's pretty great that they keep going regardless. Everyone is ignoring Kim Kardashian on social media.
It's now becoming a trend to ignore popular celebrities. People like JoJo Siwa, Jack Dougherty, and Kim Kardashian have all gotten targeted with this trend.
Is Kim Kardashian really quitting social media for good? Fans are in shock.
Basically, this is a new trend. Everyone has decided that they wanted to start the trend of just ignoring everything that Kim does and posts. And because of this, all of her platforms took a massive dip in engagement. So basically, a bunch of social media users started a campaign to ignore Kim Kardashian and also a bunch of other celebrities.
Lately, it's become a trend on TikTok to ignore pretty much every single celebrity and influencer to the point where they get 0 likes on their posts.
It's been a rough year for a couple celebrities, with many fans online saying they've had it with Hollywood. But it hasn't seemed to have much real impact on them, their businesses, or their influence in culture and media. But this new social media campaign, however, is making a big impact on celebrities and the engagement they get on their posts. The trend started on TikTok, and at first it seemed to have moved to Kim Kardashian after first starting with a focus on JoJo Siwa. The trend appeared to have begun after a creator known as Anita posted a video with an on-screen text reading, "Bruh, imagine if we all started ignoring celebrities. Like, how hilarious would it be if they posted and got 13 likes?" It's causing a lot of talk about online activity and whether these trends are ethical. People are even wondering if it's astroturfing, which is a sneaky tactic to make something seem like a real grassroots movement. It's not clear why people are doing this trend or why they're choosing this specific celebs. If it's actually a coordinated campaign, it raises questions about what the people behind it are trying to do. Are they trying to hurt the reputation of these celebrities? Is there something else going on? The potential impact is huge because it can affect how the public sees these celebs and even have financial consequences. The whole thing shows how powerful social media is. It highlights how important it is to think critically and be media literate in the digital age. Users need to be careful and question the authenticity of online trends and the motivations behind them. Being constantly bombarded with mentions can be overwhelming and intrusive, potentially affecting their mental health. It's important to consider the human cost of these trends and the responsibility of both the platforms and its users in preventing harmful practices. It's crucial for both users and platforms to work together to prevent the harmful effects of such trends and ensure a safe and positive online environment for everyone. After starting with JoJo Siwa, the campaign quickly moved to Kim Kardashian, and the impact has been literally terrible. In the words of one creator who commented on the trend, referencing Kim Kardashian's latest TikTok post announcing her collaboration with clothing brand North Face.
This collab has been years in the making. I'm obsessed with North Face.
As of this video, the video has nearly 5 million views, but less than 100,000 likes and 3,000 comments. Bad numbers, especially for a celebrity of her stature. It's important to remember that for celebrities, social media is a business. Nowadays, it's often more lucrative than their actual creative adventures. So these numbers matter. The rule of thumb for social engagement to likes ratio on TikTok is 1 like for every 10 views, 1 comment for every 100 views. By that metric, Kim's North Face video should have had at least 500,000 likes and 50,000 comments, orders of magnitude more than she got. Her second most recent video did even worse. More than 10 million views, but only about 65,000 likes and 4,000 comments. Videos by Lizzo and JoJo Siwa, which also have been targeted by the campaign, have had similar results, with Siwa's being the most pronounced. Her latest video has more than 43 million views as of this writing, with about 90,000 likes and nearly 19,000 comments. It's certainly no secret that the past few years have been a lot more uphill for the Kardashian clan than before. Their Hulu show, The Kardashians, which launched in 2022, has garnered huge viewership, but it has never matched the influence of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Even in subreddits run by the clan's biggest fans, expressions of frustration and boredom with the family's antics are a regular occurrence. JoJo and Lizzo too have proven divisive, the former for her over-the-top persona and the latter for her legal troubles and bad reputation on set. To be honest, I love JoJo Siwa. I think she knows exactly what she's doing to troll people. I also think she's just a kid and she should be given a break. She handles all the flack she gets pretty well. Also, just saying, this trend seems a whole lot like people who might feel like they spend too much time thinking about the lives of other people. Nobody knows for sure what will happen with celeb culture. This ignoring trend might just be temporary, or it could be a bigger sign that things are changing. As social media keeps evolving, the relationship between celebs and their fans will probably keep changing too. But thankfully for Kim and the other celebrities, the engagement has gone back to normal. The trend is also unlikely to work in the long term. When it comes to social media, engagement is engagement, whether it comes from sincere enjoyment or hate watching while gawking at how few likes a celebrity post got. Attention is attention, and the algorithms don't discriminate. When it comes to the trend of ignoring celebrities to affect their engagement, I really think people should just kind of focus on themselves more. They worked hard to get to where they are. I don't think that's going to change. When it comes to Kim, it seems like she's doing some really cool stuff with her law career. Kim has recently helped a woman get released from prison in New Jersey. Reports state that Don Jackson served 25 years in prison after she ended the life of a man who she claims was doing some pretty awful things. Kim has been fighting for Jackson's release since 2018 after she received letters about the case. After Kim received Jackson's letters, she was convinced to reach out to commute her 30-year sentence, allowing her to be free 5 years early. Don Jackson is set to be released from prison soon and will be on supervised parole until March 23, 2029. Kim Kardashian also helped Alice Marie Johnson get released from prison, and she continues to advocate for inmates in New Jersey and other places as well. She's really stepped up for people who are stuck in jail unfairly. She's put a ton of time and money into getting them out. She's not just about individual cases though, she's all about fixing the whole system, especially in places with a lot of people locked up. She talks to politicians, supports programs for people getting out of jail, she raises awareness about why people get wrongly convicted or crazy long sentences. Kim's a huge celebrity, so she gets people to listen and care. Looks like she's gonna be a big deal in fixing the justice system for a very long time. There were even rumors that she was gonna try to help the Menendez brothers, which is fabulous. The ignoring Kim trend definitely did get Kim a massive hit in her engagement, but But she still hit numbers that were way more than a lot of people could dream of. JoJo, Kim, and Lizzo are all making some awesome wins at the moment. I don't know if you guys have seen Lizzo lately, but she is on a health journey and she is looking pretty amazing. So if you made, here's why Meghan Markle and Prince Harry are disliked by Americans.
I do not think Meghan Markle is going to be successful at getting Americans.
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have lost favorability in the United States, and one royal expert believes she knows why. She said, I give a lot of talks to Americans and they all dislike Harry and Meghan.
2 or 3% of the population that loves the nonsense that Harry and Meghan spew. You don't have to worry about Americans being on their side.
Ingrid Seward, editor-in-chief of Majesty magazine and author of the royal biography My Mother and I, recently told The Standard. They hate that they let the Queen down, Seward added. Harry and Meghan abandoned their royal lives in the UK and moved to the US in 2020. They subsequently turned against Harry's relatives, including Queen Elizabeth II, who died at age 96 in September 2022.
A few moments ago, Buckingham Palace announced the death of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II.
By blasting the royals in their bombshell 2021 interview with Oprah.
They didn't want him to be a prince or a princess, not knowing what the gender would be.
As well as their Harry and Meghan Netflix docuseries and Harry's tell-all memoir, Spare.
It's really hard to look back on it now and go, what on earth happened?
The Duke of Sussex has since renounced his British residency and claimed America as his home and paperwork, as he remains estranged from the rest of his family. He and Meghan live in a plush $14 million mansion in Montecito, California with their son Archie and daughter Lilibet.
Meghan Markle has returned to her California roots, this time with her family in tow.
Another royal expert, podcast host Kinsey Schofield, told The Standard that Donald Trump's son Eric had the right idea when he previously said that Americans don't care about Harry. We lost interest in Harry and Meghan after realizing we'd given them way too much credit over the years, added Schofield. Meanwhile, Hollywood publicist Jane Owen claimed that the Sussexes are definitely not doing well in LA's social scene. Quite frankly, they were given every opportunity to shine in Hollywood, said Owen. They had a huge deal at the top of a streaming network with a massive budget, an audience eager to listen and watch. They have done worse than nothing. They have actively destroyed the opportunities they were given. I've always said Hollywood could be compared to high school in terms of how people behave, and to use that analogy, they've become the most unpopular kids in school. Last year, Harry and Meghan lost their $20 million deal with Spotify after their company, Archwell Audio, produced a mere 12 podcasts during a 2.5-year span. Archetypes, which Meghan hosted and co-produced with Harry, focused on exploring the labels that hold women back. Harry and Meghan's clout has taken a hit over the past year, Stacey Jones, founder of LA marketing agency Hollywood Branded, told The Standard. Hollywood operates on trust that a project will deliver, a partnership will be beneficial, and that public perception will remain positive. Jones continued, losing the Spotify deal in 2023 lingered into 2024, and without a major win this year, they've struggled to regain their footing. However, access isn't the issue for Harry and Meghan. It's enthusiasm. They're not going to struggle to get a table at a top restaurant, and their presence will always generate buzz at events, but Hollywood's excitement about them has cooled compared to their early days.
Ellen has been accused of a lot of stuff, so let's see who's pointing the finger. These are celebrities who tried to warn us about Ellen DeGeneres. Brad Garrett. Days after the allegations from the workplace surfaced, Brad Garrett, actor of Everybody Loves Raymond, publicly called DeGeneres out on Twitter.
I can never do anything unkind ever now. I'm the be kind girl.
Stating that she was responsible for what went on behind the scenes while she was in charge. Garrett, who co-voiced Finding Nemo for Pixar alongside DeGeneres, asserted that the host's alleged cruel actions were common knowledge. Garrett tweeted, tagging DeGeneres, "Sorry, but it comes from the top," at The Ellen Show, in response to a Variety report about the dispute. No more than one who were treated horribly by her. Common knowledge. Between 2004 and 2007, Garrett made 6 appearances on The Ellen DeGeneres Show. It appears that Garrett has subsequently removed the disputed tweet. Leah Thompson. Brad Garrett was supported by actress Leah Thompson, who is most recognized for her role in the iconic film Back to the Future. Responding to a People magazine article about Garrett's tweet, Thompson kept her statement short and to the point. As she tweeted, "True story, it is." Mark Ruffalo. In October 2019, Ellen received criticism for her acquaintance with former President George W. Bush from Marvel actor Mark Ruffalo. Just a few days prior, Ellen, a Hollywood liberal, was seated next to the divisive former Republican president at an NFL game.
They thought, why is a gay Hollywood liberal sitting next to a conservative Republican president?
She responded to people politicizing her by speaking out on her talk show. "I'm friends with George Bush," Ellen declared. "I'm friends with a lot of people who don't share the same beliefs that I have. We're all different, and I think that we've forgotten that it's okay that we're all different." Mark Ruffalo retaliated on social media, saying that we can't even begin to talk about kindness until Bush, the president who spearheaded the American invasion of Iraq in 2003, was held accountable for the crimes that were carried out as a result of the war. Ruffalo wrote on Twitter, "Sorry, until George W. Bush is brought to justice for the crimes of the Iraq War, including American-led torture, Iraqi passings and displacement, and the deep scars, emotional and otherwise, inflicted on our military that served his folly, we can't even begin to talk about kindness." Susan Sarandon. Those who disapproved of Ellen's association with George Bush, whose second term as president ended in 2009, also included Susan Sarandon. The Oscar-winning actress utilized Twitter to post a link to an article published by Out with the title "Ellen is friends with Bush, but he has no friends to LGBTQ+ people." The actor also tweeted a comment in which he claimed that by framing the issue as simply a matter of her hanging out with someone with different opinions, not a man repeatedly accused of being a criminal, DeGeneres was missing the point entirely. Caitlyn Jenner. When asked about same-sex marriage in 2015 during an appearance on Ellen DeGeneres' show, reality TV star and former California gubernatorial candidate Caitlyn Jenner sparked an uproar by responding, "At first, I was not for it."
At first, I was not for it. I mean, I thought, I'm a traditionalist.
In a subsequent appearance with Howard, Ellen accused transgender person Caitlyn Jenner of making judgments against gay people and marriage.
She still has a judgment about gay marriage.
Caitlyn claimed, "I got burnt by Ellen on marriage equality" during an interview with Bravo's Andy Cohen years later. She also mentioned that before the televised conversation, Ellen had invited her to discuss her changing opinions on marriage equality. "I kind of explained my progression," said Caitlyn Jenner. But then all of a sudden, Ellen comes back and says, "Sounds like you're really not for it." I said, "No, I just said that I was for it, but it was a progression." When she kind of raised the stakes on Stewart Hearn, he said, "Yeah, I can't believe Caitlyn's not for marriage equality." Kathy Griffin. For years, Ellen and Kathy Griffin have been at odds over comedy. In her 2016 book, Kathy Griffin's Celebrity Run-Ins, My A to Z Index, Griffin discussed a number of celebrities, though she didn't specifically mention the talk show host. "I'm almost positive a certain beloved daytime talk show host once had me kicked out of a backstage dressing room at the Emmy Awards," Griffin wrote to US Weekly. "I can't prove it, but this person who has short blonde hair has a mean streak that all of Hollywood knows about." Ellen called Griffin very mean in a 2007 interview with W Magazine, demonstrating the long-standing animosity between them. "I know she had a thing about wanting to be on the show. She did a whole thing that I banned her from the show," Ellen said. "I didn't ban her from the show because first you have to be on the show to be banned." And there's more. Griffin revealed to The Hollywood Reporter in 2016 that she got a nasty call from Ellen regarding her book Celebrity Run-Ins. Ellen was extremely upset, and I think she had a thought that she was going to, put me in my place or whatever, but as you know, I'm not shut-upable, Kathy Griffin said. "We kind of got into it. I admire her and, it was a difficult conversation. But hey, it came with the territory." Access Hollywood said in November 2016 that Kathy Griffin's strained relationship with Ellen resulted from her supposed conflict with the late Joan Rivers, who passed away in 2014. Griffin said, "In my very last dinner with Joan Rivers, we would always check in with each other and I'd be like, 'Where are you with Ellen?' And she'd be like, 'Ugh, still hates me.' And she'd go, 'Well, what about you?' And I'd say, 'Oh, I think she's mean.' The truth is, I guess I feel like I'm sticking up for a pal. There's so few female comics over 50, I wish we were better at supporting each other." Piers Morgan. When Ellen tweeted a happy birthday to chart-topping singer Katy Perry back in 2017, British TV personality Piers Morgan was not amused. "Happy birthday at Katy Perry. It's time to bring out the big balloons." In reference, Ellen wrote a line from her song Birthday. The talk show host posted a picture of herself admiring Katy Perry's chest, which incited criticism from some social media users. Piers then tweeted, "If a man made this joke, Ellen would lead the cries of sexist pig." Piers then joined the chorus of critics. In 2016, Piers Morgan took issue with Ellen once more as she showed off a picture of herself without shirt while giving a speech at the People's Choice Awards. Piers Morgan said, "I was disgusted," in his Daily Mail column. "In fact, I've never been so offended by anything in my entire life."
Baldoni's new website completely exposes Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, and this is the kind of thing Blake was hoping would not come out.
Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds are seeking to dismiss Justin Baldoni's $400 million lawsuit against them.
Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds to ask federal court to drop Justin Baldoni's $400 million suit amid legal battles.
Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni have been flinging allegations for months, but fans were still caught off guard when Justin dropped his brand new website.
The It Ends With Us director has launched a website that includes an amended $400 million complaint.
Justin unveiled a treasure trove of evidence. According to TMZ, the site links straight to the amended version of Justin's whopping $400 million lawsuit against Blake, her husband Ryan Reynolds, and her publicist Leslie Sloan.
Justin also shared a filed document containing alleged screenshots of texts exchanged between him and Blake.
It also leads viewers to a 168-page timeline jam-packed with never-before-seen emails, text exchanges, and behind-the-scenes tidbits from the production of It Ends With Us. Essentially, Justin is going all in on transparency, claiming that these materials prove he's not the big bad wolf that Blake's complaints make him out to be.
Justin Baldoni claiming she tried to destroy his reputation behind the scenes of It Ends With Us.
Longtime onlookers recall the fiasco began late 2024 when Blake accused Justin of stepping way out of line, both personally and professionally, during the making of their 2024 film adaptation of Colleen Hoover's beloved novel. She filed a formal suit alleging serious overreach on Justin's partaking, like making weird remarks, pushing her comfort boundaries, orchestrating a so-called campaign after she confronted him. Justin denied it all. But fans had only gotten bits and pieces of each side of the story. Now, with this new website, Justin's dropping entire text logs that show a pretty friendly Blake at times. It's definitely raising eyebrows about how drastically their relationship soured. Are these messages the final blow to her claims, or carefully selected out of context to spin the narrative? That's a question swirling across social media, and with the trial date set for March 2026, the drama is nowhere near finished. One of the biggest gasps from Justin's website is a text from Blake referencing her love language. When she brought it up, she described it as spicy and playfully bold. She calls it ball busting, but clarifies it's never with teeth. She told Justin never to take her teasing too seriously. Talk about a big pivot from her official suit. Meanwhile, a message from Ryan Reynolds turned up, calling Justin dynamic, saying he was stoked to see Blake crack open her creative piggy bank with Justin. Fans have latched onto that line, seeing as it's proof that at some point, Ryan wholeheartedly endorsed Justin's collaboration with his wife, contradicting the rumors he tried to push Justin out of the loop. But perhaps the most eyebrow-raising detail is Blake's apparent decision to skip meeting the intimacy coordinator early on. She texted Justin that she'd link up with the coordinator when filming started, which doesn't exactly scream she was uncomfortable from day one. None of this definitively proves or disproves any wrongdoing, of course. As critics point out, early texts can be friendly even if tensions blow up later. But Justin's supporters feel vindicated, insisting these messages show a cohesive working relationship until everything randomly went haywire. If the site has more like these, it might be tough for Blake's team to paint a picture of an ongoing nightmare environment on set, at least from the get-go. Justin Baldoni was legit scared of Blake Lively while filming. In May 2023, Justin texted someone he was terrified of telling Blake that fan backlash had emerged about her leaked look. He's worried she'd interpret his approach as pushy or invasive, especially given she'd just had a baby. This precisely is the kind of scenario that could feed allegations against Blake's complaint that Justin was too fixated on how she looked post-pregnancy or made suggestive comments. Yet the new logs might cast it as Justin simply grappling with how to tactfully bring up fan concerns. Nothing salacious there, unless you think even acknowledging a postpartum appearance is crossing a line. Justin's site also claims he has screenshots verifying how he tried to handle everything respectively, including letting the film's intimacy coordinator know about any sensitive scenes. It's definitely a he said, she said situation, but with all these texts laid bare, fans get a deeper glimpse of how anxious Justin was. Some find it relatable, a director trying not to step on anyone's toes. Others remain unconvinced, feeling that text snippets can't possibly show everything said face to face. The real question is whether a judge or jury might view these tidbits as evidence that Justin was being cautious rather than predatory, undermining Blake's story, or if it just highlights his own insecurity about confronting her, which might have led to the meltdown. Ryan Reynolds wanted to control the final cut of It Ends With Us with Blake. Plenty of fans kept asking, where does Ryan Reynolds fit in? The newly updated suit names him specifically, as well as Blake's publicist Leslie Sloan, for allegedly supporting her and orchestrating a narrative to undermine Justin's credibility. According to Justin's camp, it's not just about personal grudges. They claim the real reason that Blake, and presumably Ryan by extension, wanted to control the final cut of It Ends With Us was to amplify her brand. Justin said that once he stood up for his directional vision, they retaliated. The star is even seeking a jaw-dropping $400 million in damages.
Justin has hit Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, and her publicist Leslie Sloan $400 million lawsuit.
A lot of folks find that figure staggering, but sources on Justin's side claim that it's only that big because of the potential financial repercussions he faced. He was apparently dropped by certain agencies and lost prospective deals after the alleged campaign. Meanwhile, Blake and Ryan are rumored to have a combined net worth close to that amount. Some fans see it as Justin's strategic way of battling heavyweights who could easily bounce back from a smaller sum. Others say it's outlandish or purely for shock value, but either way it underscores how massive this feud really is. This isn't just two co-stars bickering, it's a high-stakes standoff that might bankrupt someone if the ruling doesn't go their way. On top of everything, Blake and Ryan recently asked for a gag order against Justin's attorney Brian Friedman. They argue Friedman's constant media appearances and talk of receipts could seriously muddy the waters for potential jurors. Friedman fired back, calling it ironic that Blake is petrified of the truth. He points out that her side went public with allegations first, possibly trying to taint the publicist's view of him. Now that Justin's dropping his own drama, Friedman believes they're scrambling to muzzle him. Fans on social media are divided. One camp says Friedman's tactic come off as a PR blitz, basically an attempt to trial by tabloid. Another insists that Blake's allegations were truly airtight. She wouldn't be freaked out by the full story coming out. Some think both sides are playing games. Blake by releasing carefully worded allegations in the high-profile outlets like the New York Times, and Justin by publishing selective evidence to a new website.
The It Ends With Us director has launched a website that includes an amended $400 million complaint.
Ultimately, the judge has yet to rule on any gag order, so the dueling public statements continue for now. But with the March 2026 trial date looming, the drama could intensify if both sides keep dropping partial receipts to spin the narrative. We're looking at a slow crawl towards the 2026 date where the whole truth comes out. The newly unveiled messages are just a portion of what Justin claims to have. Friedman's famous quip, "We all have the receipts," and more hints that the website might expand with deeper revelations. Meanwhile, Blake hasn't commented specifically on the new leaks, but stands by her claims. If you believe the fiasco is winding down, think again. It appears we're only scraping the surface of the documentation each side has saved. Industry insiders are calling it one of Hollywood's worst co-star fiascos in recent memory, especially since It Ends With Us started as a big hopeful collaboration, aiming to be the next big romance drama. Now, fans who once followed the film for the love story are glued to real-life drama, overshadowing all that box office success. Some people worry that once the dust settles, neither star's reputation will remain unscathed. Others see Justin as a potential martyr if the side turns to his favor, or suspect that Blake and Ryan's star power might keep them afloat no matter what happens. One looming question is how the rest of the industry might respond. Will studios shy away from hiring them? Is publicity in Hollywood always a good thing? The only certainty is that the internet can't get enough of this. The site's text logs practically broke Twitter, prompting endless theories. Did Blake secretly flirt with Justin early on, then get spooked when Ryan became suspicious? Did Justin truly face a cunning plan to dethrone him from his own movie? The fans surely want answers, and the final word may only come across when all of these receipts surface in a courtroom. With so many turns already, it's anybody's guess how this drama ends. Bianca Censori became the most Googled person in the world.
Kanye West's wife Bianca Censori left absolutely nothing to the imagination.
Kanye West and wife Bianca Censori's jaw-dropping appearance on the red carpet at the Grammys Sunday.
All eyes were on the couple for obvious reasons during their surprise appearance at the awards show in Los Angeles.
She loves the attention. All eyes on her, I guess. Bianca Censori is reportedly relishing in the buzz she created by not wearing a single thing to the 2025 Grammys red carpet with Kanye West.
Censori bared it all when she dropped her long black fur coat to reveal a nearly naked look with a nude sheer dress.
It's all Kanye, there's no outside influence, and Bianca likes the attention, a source told Us Weekly. Good or bad, they love it. They love the buzz. The insider explained that Kanye meticulously designed the moment and was the mastermind behind the concept of his 30-year-old wife's barely there dress. He is a master of publicity stunts. He knows how to stay in the game, the source told the magazine, explaining Ye knows what to do when it comes to his vision.
Where I think I really won is I had the heart, and I feel like that's all you need.
He's a master. He directs the ship. He makes sure everyone knows that, they noted. Kanye seemed to confirm the source's explanation by sharing Google statistics showing Bianca's look dominated the internet, creating more buzz than the actual Grammys. Taking to his Instagram stories, he claimed his spouse was the most Googled person on the earth after wearing literally not a single thing. I asked soul coach, celebrity expert, and YouTuber Cerise Fairfax what her thoughts were on Bianca Censori's state of dress. Her takes are my favorite. Let me show you what she had to say.
Wow, Bianca Censori. Well, there's one thing about her. She's never sorry about the clothes that she wears. It is quite interesting how this woman is just all into her body. Now, her body is fit and it does look nice. And I'm sure she loves it as well as Kanye. But at the end of the day, it doesn't mean she needs to flash it to everybody watching the Grammys. It's a family-friendly type of show. And to see her do that is a little absurd. Now, why would she do it? Because no outfit going to take show. Kanye wants is talk around him and talk around her. And this surely is a great way to get them talked about. Why wear an expensive outfit when you can just wear your birthday suit? Be happy with the skin you're in.
Kanye West and Bianca Censori made so many people talk when Bianca dropped her black fur coat to reveal that she was not wearing a single thing while walking the red carpet at the awards show in Los Angeles. Kanye told her to make a scene. She turned her back to the cameras before completely exposing herself to everyone. There was apparently even a kid there. However, as soon as they were done walking the red carpet, they were apparently kicked out and the couple drove off in a silver chrome car. At the time, a source told Page 6 that the two, who married in December 2022, had been escorted out by authorities, but another insider insisted that they left on their own. Although it was reported that the daring move was an attempt to replicate the cover of Ye's 2024 album, Vultures One, it caused plenty of concern among fellow celebrities. In a now deleted X post, Meghan McCain called Kanye a bad piece of garbage before adding that Bianca looks like she was being held against her will. Meanwhile, Alyssa Farah Griffin pointed out that the stunt was very uncomfortable for most women to watch. Armie Hammer's ex-wife Elizabeth Chambers also slammed the moment, saying it ticks off all the boxes of toxicity in relationships. A body language expert also seemed to confirm that Bianca might not have been completely on board with the stunt. Judy James, who is a body language expert, said that although Bianca Censori seemed superior and confident at the Grammys, it actually seemed like it was the opposite. Her glance up at Kanye before she removed her outerwear suggested a flicker of what looked like she didn't want to, she explained. It looked like what she felt made her break her own posing rule by laughing at one point. While Miss Censori's outfit undoubtedly pushed the envelope, a charge in California requires willful public exposure of oneself with a specific intent to cause a stir to people. LA-based lawyers subsequently explained to Page 6. It's theoretically possible, but unlikely she'll face any criminal prosecution for this incident, she added, noting that the district attorney's office would have to make that call. The stunt is said to have cost Kanye a $20 million international concert deal in Tokyo. In my personal opinion, I feel like Bianca likes the attention. It looked like she was in bliss as she was about to hop in her car to leave the event.
Bianca Censori and her sisters might have a genius plan to get mega super rich. It might be inspired by the Kardashians too. Let's see how Bianca Censori and her sisters plan to make millions like the Kardashians. Kanye West's wife Bianca Censori, along with her sister Angelina, has been gaining attention on social media, and they could potentially turn this newfound fame into a multi-million-dollar opportunity similar to the Kardashians, according to a marketing expert. Bianca, one of the most frequently photographed women globally, often sparks conversations with her bold fashion choices. However, the Australian native remains somewhat mysterious, having never granted an interview or appeared on a magazine cover, a move that could potentially lead to significant earnings for her. Despite numerous reports suggesting that her family disapproves of her relationship with Kanye, who has been styling her in daring outfits, or so it's rumored, Bianca has been frequently seen with her sister Angelina in recent times. The sisters have been actively posing for Instagram photos, attending various parties, and spending time at the Chateau Marmont in West Hollywood. Industry and PR specialist Inaz Jarami from This Is It Marketing, a firm that has previously collaborated with the Kardashians, shared insights with the US Sun about the potential for Bianca and Angelina to establish themselves as a brand. Bianca has been captivating the public with her unique style and undeniable presence, Jeremy said, adding that her sister Angelina's increased presence in Los Angeles has only heightened the buzz surrounding the Censori sisters. Though the sisters keep a low profile when it comes to giving interviews or making public appearances, their social media influence is on the rise, suggesting that they are trying to establish a strong presence in the public eye. Jeremy noted that Bianca's association with Kanye and his recent comments might not prevent the sisters from earning significant sums, as some brands might see this as a chance to attract more attention. In the world of branding and endorsements, attention is everything, she stated. Many companies could view Bianca's connection with Kanye as a way to access a wider audience and use her notoriety to elevate their own profiles. She emphasized that their striking appearance and daring fashion sense make them ideal representatives for brands aiming to make a bold statement. Jeremy further explained that more edgy brands could view the sisters as perfect ambassadors, especially those that thrive on that kind of thing or aim to present a fearless image. Such partnerships could potentially be worth 7 figures. She added that if Bianca and Angelina decide to embrace a more public lifestyle, they could very well have a chance at creating their own brand empire, much like the Kardashians did. Kim Kardashian was only known as Paris Hilton's friend and stylist until her tape with her ex, Ray J, surfaced in 2007.
I felt humiliated.
Leveraging that, her family went on to secure a reality TV deal that launched them into stardom. Commenting on the potential of Bianca and Angelina to become widely recognized figures, Jeremy said comparing them to the Kardashian sisters isn't a stretch. She pointed out that Bianca and Angelina have the same youthful energy and forward-thinking fashion sense, qualities that could easily make them the next big sister duo in the public eye. Bianca has already demonstrated her entrepreneurial skills with her past ventures, showing that she has the ambition and vision to build something substantial, Jeremy remarked. If the Censori sisters opt to step further into the spotlight, there's no limit to how far they could go or how much they could earn. She continued by stating, the opportunities are endless, and if they seriously want to turn this into a revenue stream and career, it would catapult them to instant fame. With their combination of beauty, mystery, and business acumen, the Censori sisters have all the elements needed to become the next big names in fashion and celebrity culture. It's clear that we're just starting to see what they can achieve, and the world is watching to see what they'll do next. With the right guidance and motivation, they could really dominate. Bianca's sister posted an Instagram story featuring herself going out without jeans for the streetwear brand Stula. Angelina sported one of Stula's white long-sleeve tops with a black graphic print on the front, layered over a thin black turtleneck. Following this picture and her increased time with Bianca and Kanye, her Instagram followers jumped from 7K to 15K. While Bianca herself isn't active on social media, images of her posted by Angelina, Kanye, and their inner circle have garnered hundreds of thousands of views. Recently, Angelina posted a photo of them wearing eye-catching clothing, prompting a fan to comment, "Break the internet," referencing Kim Kardashian's iconic paper magazine cover in 2014. Bianca also has another sister, Alicia, who leads a more private life as a nurse in Brisbane, Australia, and has a son. The Censori siblings were raised by their parents, Leo and Alexandra Censori, in Melbourne's upscale Ivanhoe neighborhood. Bianca began working for Kanye's fashion label, Yeezy, in Los Angeles in November 2020, and now lives with her husband. The family matriarch Alexandra, who is often seen with her daughters, has drawn comparison to Kris Jenner. She recently commented on a photo of them going out with their legs cold before a night out, saying, "My beautiful girls," with fire and heart emojis. Despite reports suggesting that her family prefers Bianca to dress more conservatively, it seems her mother has embraced her adventurous fashion choices. In July 2023, Kanye reportedly met his new mother-in-law while traveling in Tokyo with Bianca, and he has since been seen with the family on several occasions.
I would like to design a cemetery.
Bianca Censori continues to impress all Americans, as she has been turning into a role model for the youth. From all of her interesting clothing choices to her amazing parenting, fans are starting to take note because they want their kids to be just like her. And now that there have been videos exposing her true voice, it seems like there's just no stopping this Bianca train.
Hi, my name's Bianca Censori. I'm an architectural designer. That actually would be my ultimate version.
And so Bianca is real. She has a voice. It's a good voice. It's actually one of those voices that you wouldn't think to associate with the person whose voice it actually belongs to.
I currently reside in Los Angeles and I'm a lead architectural designer at Yeezy.
Bianca just seems so chill, so that when you think about it, it's kind of like, hold on a second, she looks so normal. and everything is being worn properly, she's almost just like a normal human. And this video, it comes from a while back. It was a presentation that Bianca was doing for university students, and she seemed extremely laid back, comfortable, and even funny in a way. It seemed like there were people who were laughing at what she was saying, not at her, but with her.
Texas is not that exciting.
So it's clear that maybe Kanye West actually sees more to Bianca than just a little pet who can play dress up, or dress down for that matter. She began with a quote from poet Alberto Chiaro, which read, "To eat a fruit is to know its meaning." Bianca continued on saying, as designers and architects, we are incessantly chasing the paradigm, and we think about it, we design it, we manifest it, but design in its essence will never be encapsulated by a single aesthetic movement, its pure nature. I too can access a thesaurus if I want to, Bianca. She continued on saying, we believe the paradigm shift lies in humanizing design, the ability to recognize what it is truly to be a human being living within a built environment, understanding the needs we have as a collective and designing for that in the most simplistic and functional way. If any of you know what that means, let me know, because architect mumbo jumbo is not something that I studied in university. Fans are now freaking out, and for many reasons. Firstly, because they didn't know that this woman actually talks. It seemed for a hot minute there that there was really some sketchy alien type vibes coming from Bianca, and since Kanye tried to tell people that he is from Mars, it all kind of made sense. Just, hold up a second. Maybe he's only attracted to aliens. Other people are starting to say that ever since everything has been going on, in Venice and with the boats and with the crazy risque outfits, it's all been just a complete facade and all for show, and there seems to be no particular reason for Bianca to be acting in the mute fashion that she has been for the past couple of years. So with that being said, it's now time to react to the comments from the internet in my favorite segment here at FTD News. It's none other than Pepe's Perspectives, where I, Pepe, react to you guys, the internet. This person said, the bodysuit that she's wearing was designed by the couture office of Mons Vernerius in Rome. It reflects a deep appreciation of the ancient pudendum style of clothing worn by the ancient Romans. Yes, and this video was filmed in the ancient Colosseum of Greece under the spells of Zeus and Pythagorean theorem centaur. Listen, we all appreciate our ancestors. Let's just admit that she was wearing something absolutely insane. This person said, Bianca looked way better back in the day, before all of the crazy outfits. So what is Kanye West thinking? Well, here's the thing. Was he thinking at all? What could he have been thinking? I'm not sure there is anything that man really thinks about these days aside from making crazy claims, screaming at paparazzi, and spreading hateful messages towards the public. Maybe sometimes he thinks about rapping a little bit too, because at the end of the day, he believes that he's the best rapper in the world, so I don't know. I'd love to spend a day inside that man's head. This person is glad that she's actually the mastermind behind all of her outfits, saying that, especially since the rumors have been heavily pointed towards Kanye West being the one that forced her to wear these things in public, it's good to know that Bianca's in control. But see, honestly, I just don't think it matters. Who cares if it was Kanye's idea or Bianca's idea? At the end of the day, there's no saving grace in this scenario, and they're both growing somehow and for some reason. And the craziest thing is actually how Bianca rose to fame and prominence here in North America. It seems like she was just a plain old architect from down under. One of those ones who lives in Australia, mate. Until she had the hopes and dreams of moving to LA and making it big as an architect. And then of course everything went right according to plan, as she went from working for Kanye, to working with Kanye, to being with Kanye, to all of a sudden things being accused of her being some crazy alien who just can't dress with clothes in public and has to show off every single one of her body parts to the media. But it doesn't matter, because Bianca seems to now be in her happy spot nowadays. And though she has been recently spotted having amazing relationships with both Kim Kardashian and North West, that is of course Kanye West's daughter. And the thing is that although you might expect Kim K to be jelly, Kim is actually reportedly happy that Bianca is being such a great stepmom to her children, and she believes that Bianca is indeed a beautiful woman. So what do you believe is going to happen once Bianca starts to get more and more media attention? Are her and Kanye West going to outlast Kim and Odell Beckham Jr.? Are they going to get married and have their own kids and ride off into the holy sunset together? I for one believe that if Bianca and Kanye do end up having their own children, this child would end up being one of the biggest Swifties on the planet, probably marry the inevitable child of Travis and Taylor, and break all human records as we know it.
Censori's fashion transformation before and after the Kanye West marriage. Bianca Censori's style evolution alongside her husband Kanye West has left fans feeling uncomfortable, especially after seeing old photos of her.
When Bianca's look was giving 100% Kim. Before she married Kanye West, Bianca Censori was all about those glam nights out in tight-fitting outfits, dark flowing hair, and fierce contouring.
Before Kanye, Bianca's style was different. She was more youthful and elegant compared to her current avant-garde look.
Basically, a younger Kim Kardashian in the making. Unsurprisingly, Kanye took a shine to her, given the similarities.
Where I think I really won is I had the heart, and I feel like that's all you need.
Fans did a double take, noticing her bright eyes, tanned complexion, and wardrobe all screamed Kim 2.0. Bianca might not have been copying Kim deliberately, but the resemblance was uncanny. She'd wear dresses that showcased her figure.
Kanye West and his wife Bianca Censori continue to make headlines for their out-of-the-box fashion choice.
Rock those smoky eyes, and look like she'd fit right in among the Kardashian clique. Little did anyone suspect she'd soon step into the role of wife and muse for the same man who famously styled and restyled Kim for years. Call it fate, but Bianca was primed for a life in Yeezy's orbit from the get-go. Bianca's chainmail moment that was straight up medieval. One of Bianca's most talked about pre-Yee looks came when she slipped into a chainmail bikini for a music festival in 2022. She finished off the medieval chic vibe with a matching headpiece that added a dash of futuristic night. Fans were enthralled, while critics found it hilariously over the top. Considering how often Kanye's ex-wife wowed fans with her own ensembles, it's almost poetic that Bianca, too, pulled off an edgy outfit that turned heads in the desert. The big difference was that Kim used to pair edgy glam with a polished sense of detail. Bianca's chainmail approach felt rougher, more experimental, almost a warm-up for her future Yeezy-inspired looks. If she looked confident sporting chain links under the scorching sun, imagine how much bolder she'd get once Kanye started offering style pointers. Bianca went from colorful to minimalist because of Kanye. Once Bianca became Mrs. West, her style pivoted faster than you can say Fashion Week. Gone were the lively colors and varied silhouettes. In came the body-hugging monochromes, browns, grays, and beiges that define Kanye's Yeezy aesthetic. Sure, she was weirdly dressed before, but now she was skipping bright prints and chainmail in favor of tights, tops, and jersey fabrics in muted shades. It's the same uniform Kanye's been pushing ever since his first Yeezy collection. A futuristic, dystopian chic vibe. Though she'd always leaned into daring outfits, Bianca's sudden uniformity convinced fans she was following in Kim's footsteps, letting Kanye orchestrate her style. Still, some insiders say Bianca's simply a willing muse, genuinely fond of minimalistic palettes and avant-garde cuts. Either way, she's gone full Yeezy, and the transformation is impossible to miss. Sometimes minimalism can be a bit too minimal. One of the strangest style pivots we've seen was Bianca consistently strolling around barefoot or in sock-like boots. After tying the knot with Kanye, she's been spotted tossing conventional footwear aside, sometimes even wrapping her feet in cloth or bandages. People can't decide if it's an artistic statement, a comfort issue, or just Kanye's odd influence. Meanwhile, Kim rarely passed on a chance for a heel or a statement boot, so Bianca going shoe optional looks extra jarring. Could it be Kanye's next big fashion move? Maybe. But whether it's a symbolic freedom from constraints or just an image choice, fans are enthralled by how little she cares about typical red carpet norms. In the biggest showstopper of all, Bianca and Kanye turned up at the 2025 Grammys, where she basically wore, well, not a lot. Clad in a gown, she left little to the imagination. It was a moment that overshadowed the entire evening. fans initially wondered if she was actually underdressed for the occasion until they realized it was just a transparent fabric. Kanye later bragged he helped design it, apparently inspired by his Vultures album cover. The same night, she changed into another bodysuit, doubling down on the less is more theme. Talk about fully committing to an aesthetic. If there was any lingering doubt about who's behind Bianca's new vibe, that moment erased it. She's gone full Yeezy, and for better or worse, this style evolution seems here to stay.
There was a leaked LeBron James Diddy party video that left fans speechless. LeBron went away for a while recently. He took a break from basketball, and when he came back, he said it was because of a foot injury. But what people are saying is that it's because he is so concerned about what's going to come out about the Diddy drama, and it involves him. Before he disappeared, there are a few things that happened. First thing was a video of him and Diddy on a live where he says, "Ain't no party like a Diddy party," to Diddy while Diddy smirked.
Hey, everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up. A ton of images came out that were not real, including one photo of LeBron James in a dress. There are also video clips of him having the time of his life at a Diddy party. It's just all not looking good. I'm hoping that maybe he's just getting dragged into it without really knowing the extent of what was going on with Diddy. It really sucks that some people might be genuinely innocent, but their reputations are getting ruined because of what Diddy did. This is why it's so important to surround yourself with the right people, because you are who your friends are. I asked Leroy Kenton, who owns FTD News and is a celebrity expert, if he thought LeBron was doing anything shady. He said he's had a squeaky clean image until this. No reports of him cheating on his woman. He's been with her since high school. He's broken so many records in the sport of basketball. He's been a billionaire. He's even got his son into the NBA to play along with him. So seeing him accomplish all that he has makes it really hard to imagine that he would risk it by associating himself with a guy like Diddy. But now seeing him in video clips praising Diddy and all his parties has me second guessing everything. Why did you do this to me, LeBron? Why? It's messed up that people you hold in the highest regard could be doing the craziest things behind closed doors. I'm not saying that this is the case with LeBron, but many people also loved Diddy for years, so I can't even hear one of his songs now without my guts turning. So LeBron was able to get his son into the NBA to play alongside him. Bronny James, who was born LeBron James Jr. and born on October 6, 2004, played high school basketball for Chatsworth, Sierra Canyon, and San Fernando Valley before graduating to the University of Southern California. While NBA schedule has often kept LeBron from being able to attend a full slate on his son's games, he's been known to go to great lengths to watch Bronny in action. In fact, he once chartered a plane on an off day to catch a game to watch his son play. In June 2024, Bronny was drafted to the Los Angeles Lakers, making him and LeBron the first father-son duo to play in the NBA at the same time. When it comes to the accusations the internet is now throwing at LeBron, no moment is truly private. LeBron James is finding out that the hard way, as a resurfaced video of him has turned into a source of public opinion, now that his former party host Diddy is facing federal charges. Is it possible that he just didn't know? The clip, originally from an Instagram live session 4 years ago, shows LeBron James joking around with Diddy in a jovial moment of camaraderie. The former said not knowing the very phrase he uttered would come back to haunt him in a very different light. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. Although there's no evidence linking LeBron to Diddy's alleged crimes, some fans are grasping at straws, trying to connect the dots based on the video. While some might shrug it off, LeBron's image is suddenly being questioned. Could his past enjoyment of Diddy's parties suggest that he turned a blind eye to the darker side of Diddy's world? Or was it just a harmless moment of fun and he knew nothing? There are many different opinions, and a fan on YouTube said, "Hey LeBron, does your wife know? You know you're gonna get served papers." Another one said, "Lay Diddy James is having the time of his life," with a third saying he got that baby oil treatment. Man, now imagine how mortifying this must be if he's innocent. It would be crazy, just out of association. No one really knows what's going on, but none of our favorite celebrities are safe at the moment. Will Smith recently went off on a random tangent at a comedy show saying he's got nothing to do with Diddy and the rumors going around.
Whenever y'all hear it, if somebody say that, it's a damn lie.
He even joked about the whole 1,000 bottles of baby oil, saying he doesn't even like baby oil.
I don't even like baby oil.
Based Basically, he was saying that rumors can get out of hand, but we need to be careful about what we believe online. The whole thing shows how jokes can kind of be weird in situations like this, especially when they're based on things that aren't even true. It's a reminder that we all need to double check things before we share them and think about the consequences of spreading unverified stuff, whether we're just regular people or big media outlets. I don't know if Will Smith did anything wrong, but it would be a bummer if he did because he's super talented. But honestly, at this point, nothing would surprise me. Even Kate Moss is getting accused right now. This is one person that I think was definitely just caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. She was a supermodel in the 90s. Of course she was going to attend A-list celebrity parties. She's open to this day about what a hard partier she was back in the day. Do I think she's involved in a freak-off? I would bet not. But again, who knows? Literally everyone is a suspect at this point. The photo of Kate Moss and Diddy that was recently released is most definitely creepy. Diddy has his hands around her neck and something is in his hand that looks a lot like a pill. So obviously they were partying, but it's very likely that Kate was just there as an innocent partygoer. The amount of people being dragged into the Diddy drama is diabolical. Jay-Z, Beyonce, Kanye, even Drake. There are sources saying that Drake ended up getting involved in partying hard with Diddy to the point where they were beefing over some unknown reason. Now it's said that Drake is trying to distance himself from Diddy and anyone who is close to Diddy. He even unfollowed LeBron James on Instagram. So when all is said and done, no one really knows if LeBron James is involved. There's huge possibility that him and Diddy were definitely tight, but we've all been friends with shady people and not known. So there's also a huge possibility that he actually didn't know what was going on behind closed doors. LeBron is considered one of the best basketball players of all time. Hopefully he is a good dude, because if you do shady things, you'll eventually get caught. So luckily the truth will come out sooner or later. We don't really know if LeBron's involved in the whole Diddy situation. Sometimes even the best people have friends that do shady stuff. LeBron's a basketball legend, and a big part of this is his good reputation. If any dirt comes out about him, it'll definitely hurt his image. The whole thing also makes you think about guilt by association and how responsible we are for the people we hang out with. It's not fair to say someone's guilty just because of their friends, but sometimes close relationships can accidentally hide bad behavior. Athletes who were caught attending P. Diddy's parties.
We were about to walk into the party and he just he threw up on Diddy's lawn.
Parties are always often packed to the brim with A-list celebrities, and some of the biggest names in the NBA have been known to be regulars at these legendary parties.
Or a legend, especially a legend in California. You ever been to a Diddy party? Thank God.
I have been invited.
Oh, why'd you say no?
I just didn't make it over there.
LeBron James is an athlete that is rumored to be on the Diddy list. There's already a resurfaced clip of him going around saying, "Ain't no party like a Diddy party," with Diddy excitedly responding, "Yeah, that's what's up."
Hey, everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah. Apparently LeBron James also had a close friendship with Diddy. A lot of people think that LeBron James knows a lot more than he's letting on, and now since everything has come out, he might just have some new information leaked about him too soon.
A few years ago, Dwight Howard invited me to a Diddy party. It definitely wasn't what I was expecting.
Diddy and Floyd Mayweather have been good friends for years. Diddy has supported so many of Floyd's boxing matchups, even splurges on ringside seats when he's in attendance. At this moment, a lot of people are speculating that Diddy and Floyd even had a secret relationship. I don't know how true that is, but Floyd was recently asked about Diddy in a podcast and he refused to say anything negative at all. What he said was, "I'm not going to speak bad about Diddy." He expressed, adding, "Because he's still a black man. Mistakes happen." Floyd continued by saying that he can't determine whether or not Diddy's actions warrant a mistake, but that things happen in life, and P. Diddy's business is P. Diddy's business. Ew. Floyd even brought his own family into the mix, saying, "Even if that happened to my daughter, I would be hurt, but that's a choice that my daughter made." What? The comments obviously caused quite a lot of backlash online because his statement was ridiculous. 50 Cent even found this to be ridiculous. By the way, 50 Cent dissed Floyd Mayweather in such a hilarious way that I watch the clip at least once a year when I remember to. He challenged Floyd Mayweather to read a page out of a Harry Potter book and said Jimmy Kimmel will donate $750,000 if he's successful.
Challenge for you, Floyd. If you can read one full page of a Harry Potter book, nigga, I'll give $750,000 to whatever charitable organization you want to.
50's an absolute icon. I've got to side with 50 on this one. So Diddy also had a tight friendship with former professional New York Yankees baseball player Derek Jeter for a long time. So of course, Derek Jeter has attended many Diddy parties. A lot of people who aren't into sports know Derek Jeter as a dusty dude. He has cheated on so many beautiful women, he's passed along a certain bug that you can only catch in the bedroom. So apparently he spread the bug to many other celebrities such as Jessica Alba, Scarlett Johansson, Mariah Carey. These are rumored, as not everyone who comes in contact with the bug catches it, but you best believe that once you got this bug, it's for life. And the ladies that I named were involved with Derek Jeter at least one point or another. He's pretty much dated like half of Hollywood. Derek Jeter? More like Derek Cheater. Anyway, Dusty Derek, which is my nickname for him, said that Diddy was one of his favorite musicians of all time. I can't stand a cheater. It happens sometimes. I think mistakes happen. But this dude is just running around, dating every woman in Hollywood and giving his raggedy little disease to everybody. Hide your kids, hide your wife. A lawsuit has been filed against Diddy by someone identified as John Doe, claiming that a professional athlete stepped in while Diddy was doing stuff to him. According to documents obtained by People, the plaintiff was at a Ciroc-sponsored party when Diddy invited him into his private office. Once inside, John Doe, who runs a high-end car and jewelry business, said he found Diddy not in his right state of mind, and he started to do what Diddy does. John Doe said that Diddy grabbed him, things escalated until an unnamed professional athlete walked in and stopped the situation. We don't know who the athlete is at the time, but when the names get released, I guess we'll all find out. The thing is, it's great that the athlete stopped this from happening, but obviously they knew about more things that were going on behind the scenes, so why did they protect Diddy? Jerry Jones and one of his former Dallas Cowboys football players were among the many guests that have attended some of Diddy's famous parties. Not much about Diddy's friendship with Jerry Jones is known, beyond the two running in similar circles, but Diddy has previously considered the idea of owning an NFL team. Jerry Jones hadn't had much to say about the allegations against Diddy and his previous attendance at Diddy's parties. I mean, a lot of people could be innocent and just attending Hollywood parties, but many people probably went to these parties and had no idea what was going on behind the scenes. Kevin Durant is another athlete that was caught at a Diddy party. Kevin and Diddy have had a close friendship for years, with Kevin naming him as one of his inspirations in 2017. During a practice that year, he told reporters that Puffy made a significant mark on his life. In 2021, he even teamed up with Puff Daddy and Will Smith to invest in a startup that plans to make electric-powered boats instead of using fossil fuels. Even though they're clearly friends, Kevin hasn't said anything publicly about Diddy's upcoming trial. Also, I know Will Smith isn't an athlete, but so much speculation is coming out about Will Smith at this moment, it's crazy. Including one clip where Will says, "Only a man knows what a man needs."
Only a man knows what a man needs.
Pretty sus at this moment in time. So this list of athletes include former New York Knicks player Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo has supported Diddy's businesses and been to many of his events over the years, like Kings of New York All-Star Weekend Party in 2013. His son Kanye even modeled for Diddy's Sean John fashion line when he was a teen. However, with all the allegations surrounding Diddy, the future of Sean John is now up in the air. Obviously. Carmelo hasn't commented on anything, but we do know that they were close friends. So the Queen, Serena Williams, who I absolutely love, went to a Diddy party. I would make a huge bet that she had absolutely no idea of anything that was going on, and she even probably just went to go to a fun event innocently. She actually did speak out about the Diddy arrest. It was short and sweet. Her words are, "And now I hope justice is finally served. Go Serena!" Reggie Bush was actually invited to a Diddy party, but he couldn't get in. He and his friend were invited, they showed up, and his friend threw up on the front lawn, and then they were shunned. Reggie admitted at the time he wasn't happy with his friend, even thinking that his friend ruined his reputation, but now he sees it as a blessing in disguise, which was my initial reaction when I read about that. He said, "That's a sign. I believe in signs when I see them." Most definitely, his pukey friend saved him. Leonard Fournette is another person on the list, and people are posting photos and videos of him partying with Diddy and Jay-Z. One of the videos has Diddy making a toast that says, "The game has been elevated." As we can tell, there's no expense being spared. We're at a black billionaire's lunch. Stay together, united we stand, ain't nothing else. In this video, Leonard is right beside Diddy, but he probably didn't know anything about anything that happened. It's a huge possibility that he was just partying with people who were influential at the time. He hasn't commented at all on any of the allegations against Diddy.
We're going to do it every year with another charity. So thank y'all very much for coming. So let's party.
P. Diddy is a weird fella for his parties. I mean, on one hand, you have all the oil, and on the other hand, well, let's not even get into what's in his other hand. This is what celebrities have said about P. Diddy and his parties.
I don't know, you know what I'm saying, at whatever point. It's even like, it's not heavy.
Ashton Kutcher revealed during a 2019 interview on Hot Ones that their really bizarre relationship started when Diddy told the former Punk'd host that he couldn't play practical jokes on him. Kutcher refused to respond when asked what his favorite Diddy party story was. "I've got a lot I can't tell," the actor quipped before a long pause. "Can't tell that one either," he said with a laugh. "I'm actually cycling through them. Diddy party stories. Man, that was some weird memory lane thing."
Can't tell that one either. I mean, I'm like actually cycling through them.
A year earlier, at a joint appearance on The Late Late Show, Kutcher shared additional details about his friendship with the producer, with whom he had grown close before meeting Mila Kunis, his current wife. "We were spending a lot of time together," Kutcher, seated next to Diddy, told the host, James Corden. "If you are a single man, there is probably no greater human being in the world to hang out with." The actor continued, adding, "By the way, this was 20 years ago, so we were having a lot of fun together."
I don't know what to tell you. Everybody's on the table. He's like, "Not me, I'm off the table." And so that started our conversation.
In 2009, the Pals co-hosted Diddy's yearly white party to promote Malaria No More. However, there is no proof that Kutcher participated in any of Diddy's purportedly unlawful endeavors. Khloe Kardashian. During an ironically titled 2014 episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Khloe Kardashian alluded to Diddy's parties. In the clip, Khloe Kardashian told her sister, Kourtney Kardashian, that she spent the weekend with a bunch of her friends, including Diddy, Quincy Combs, Justin Bieber, and French Montana.
Diddy, Quincy, do you even know half the people you're naming?
While bowling with her older sister and friend Khadija Haque, who was also present at the party. Khloe revealed further details about the crazy weekend at another point in the episode. "I haven't been to bed yet. I got on a plane at 5:30 a.m., Khloe shared. "Well, this party, I think half the people weren't fully clothed," she added. Nevertheless, Khloe told Haque to stop talking when Kourtney pressed her for more information regarding the celebration. Jenny Mollen. A week after Diddy's arrest, actress Jenny Mollen revealed she was invited to one of Diddy's freak-offs when she was just 19. "I was in San Diego and this guy came over and he's like, 'My boss wants to meet you.'" Mollen recalled on her Instagram, noting that she was not giving good vibes in jeans and a t-shirt. Eventually, Mollen approached Diddy, joking that she had the littlest hands he has ever felt. The actress stated that she turned down Diddy's invitation to a party in his room. She said, "Guys, would I have been in a freak-off?" before erupting into laughter. "Would I have been captured in his room, and would there be footage of me to this day in sort of a crazy freak-off?" Ellen DeGeneres. Over the years, Ellen DeGeneres has conducted multiple interviews with Diddy for her daytime talk show. In 2018, she disclosed that the two of them occasionally went out to parties together. Ellen asked Diddy if he would be late for a party she was hosting later that day when she showed up late for a recording of her own show. "Yes, I am." "No," Diddy admitted. "You know I have to arrive fashionably late." However, Ellen DeGeneres begged Diddy not to arrive too late, adding, "'Cause you know, once you get there, the party really starts," Diddy told DeGeneres. "I got you. I promise you I'm not gonna let you down on this big one, for real," said Diddy. Usher. When Usher was barely a teenager in the 1990s, he resided in New York with Diddy, his mentor. In a 2004 interview with Rolling Stone, Usher said there was always girls around during his time living with Diddy. "You'd open a door and see somebody doing it, or several people in a room having a personal party. You never knew what was going to happen," he shared at the time. In an interview with Howard Stern more than 10 years later, Usher acknowledged that very curious things were taking place at Diddy's house. "I got a chance to see some things. I went there to see the lifestyle, and I saw it. I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at," he recalled. "I had curiosity of my own. I just didn't understand it. It was pretty wild. It was crazy." When asked if he would ever let his kids stay with Diddy, Usher replied, "Hell no." 50 Cent. Even before the public learned about Diddy's alleged activities, 50 Cent was one of his harshest opponents. "I've been very vocal about not going to puffy parties and doing stuff like that," Jackson, who first met Diddy in the early 2000s, told The Hollywood Reporter in July 2024. "I've been staying out of that stuff for years," he added. "It's just an uncomfortable energy connected to it." 50, who first got to know Diddy in 2001, revealed that he began to sense something was off with the producer. When he asked to take him shopping. I thought that was the weirdest stuff in the world because that might be something that a man says to a woman, he explained. And I'm just like, nah, I'm not messing with this weird energy or weird stuff. Even though the two worked together in the beginning, 50 Cent maintained that their relationship was solely professional and that he didn't ever party or hang out with him. 50 Cent implied that Diddy's celebrity circle was aware of the situation when he was questioned about why so many other rappers have not yet spoken out against Diddy. Some of them were involved at the parties and enjoyed themselves, he alleged. They don't know what is on tape or what's not on tape, so they're not going to say anything because they might have had too much fun. Ray J. In September 2024, Ray J, who referred to Diddy as a friend and mentor, told Chris Cuomo that Diddy's arrest had left him and the majority of his colleagues in a state of confusion. We've never seen the stuff that's being said and the stuff that people are finding out, he told the former CNN anchor. I've never been in rooms that people are talking about, and I never knew they existed. Ray J, who attended several of Diddy's parties over the years, explained that he always looked up to Diddy. This situation is super unfortunate, but it's important to learn a lesson right now and ensure the next generation understands how to move differently with transparency and integrity, he said. Cat Williams. Speaking on the Club Shay Shay podcast in January 2024, 2 months after Diddy's ex-girlfriend Cassandra Cassie Ventura filed a lawsuit accusing him of really serious things, Cat Williams foresaw Diddy's demise. All of these big deviants is all catching hell in 2024, Cat Williams said. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if it's Diddy or whoever you is, Pastor TD Jakes, any of them. Williams said he was asked to a number of Diddy's notorious parties over the years, but he consistently turned them down. I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times, just to protect my integrity and that blank blank I was telling you about, right? Because P. Diddy be wanting to party, and you gotta tell him no, he repeated. You got to tell him no. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you, that's why I can say them so freely. LeBron James. 4 years prior to Diddy's arrest, LeBron James asserted that Diddy hosted the greatest parties. The renowned basketball player joined Diddy on an Instagram Live and made the comment, "Hey, everybody know, ain't no party like a Diddy party." James told Diddy in the resurfaced video. "Yeah, that's what's up," Diddy smiled in response. Kendra Wilkinson. Over the years, Kendra Wilkinson admitted to attending 1 or 2 of Diddy's parties, but she said there were nothing like what the feds were claiming. "I had a great time in my youth. I didn't really see anything," she said during a September 2024 appearance on the Kyle and Jackie O radio show. Although Kendra never saw anything really bad happening, she admitted they weren't necessarily PG parties. "I'm not saying that something bad didn't happen," she clarified. "I'm saying that nothing bad ever happened to me." In 1999, Diddy, who had always maintained his innocence, made a chilling prediction that his wild parties would put him in jail. "They're going to probably be arresting me, doing all types of crazy things just because we want to have a good time," he told Entertainment Tonight over 20 years ago.